We live on a planet chock full of amazing animals, but do you ever wonder which pose the biggest threat to us? Here, we've compiled a list of some of the more amazing and deadly animals out there in our world. Get ready for our list of most dangerous animals that could end you. 18. Great White Shark. This shark is known for being terrifying, and it's recommended that you watch out for them when you're out in the ocean. They don't necessarily want to eat you though. They have a hard time figuring out what is what, and they will take a bite to find out. We aren't high on their list of preferred foods though, as we don't have enough meat on our bones. But that doesn't mean they haven't taken out humans before. They are giant, fierce, dangerous predators, and that's enough reason to hope your only encounters with them are from a distance. 17. Black Mamba. These legendary snakes are well known for being extremely fast, dangerous, aggressive, and easily provoked, or they'll just attack without provocation. It's really up to them. In some parts of the world, they're referred to as death incarnate, which seems a pretty accurate description given their ability to deliver a person or other living things to the river Styx. Ask anyone in sub-Saharan Africa about these slithery buggers, and they'll probably shiver before telling you some horror stories. The Black Mamba, one snake you don't want to mess with. 16. Cape Buffalo. Now, this animal may look pretty, but don't be fooled by its handsome looks. More human deaths in Africa are attributed to the Cape Buffalo every year than any other large animal on the continent. They are pretty unpredictable animals, and estimates put their GITA, or Gore into the Afterlife numbers, at about 200 people a year. Not only will they basically tear you apart, they'll do it in a mob, so we, and everyone in Africa, would recommend you steer clear of these bad boys. Nobody wants to go out the way these big suckers will send you out. 15. Poison Dart Frog. So beautiful, aren't they? That's not what you'd be thinking if you ended up poisoned by one of them. These minuscule, colorful little frogs pack a punch, not in the physical, striking sense, but in what's on the surface of their skin. Their skin contains poison, a very deadly poison. Just one of these tiny, 2-inch frogs has enough venom to take out 20,000 mice. 2 milligrams of this poison could stop the heart of a human or similarly sized animal. This is why people used to rub the tips of their darts on the skin of these things, so that they could harness pure, deadly power that could be shot into whatever they felt like taking out. 14. Polar Bear. You know how people say, they're more scared of you than you are of them? Well, that doesn't go for the polar bear. In fact, the polar bear isn't scared of anything, considered they don't have anything that preys on them. They are also pretty willing to eat anything with meat on its bones, but they do prefer bearded or ringed seals. If they're hungry though, they may and have attacked humans and eaten them, so you should probably just steer clear of the Arctic Circle and you'll be okay. Well, at least you won't lose your life because of this dangerous animal. No promises about the next one on this list. 13. Box Jellyfish. A few species of box jellyfish can sting the heck out of you and deliver some highly toxic venom in the process. These neat-looking bell-shaped floaters have been called the world's most venomous creature. Their venom causes human cells to become extremely porous, which then allows for potassium to leak out. This, in turn, leads to hyperkalemia, and in some cases, death may quickly follow due to cardiovascular collapse. How quickly? Oh, well, people have been known to succumb within 2 to 5 minutes following a sting, so very quickly. Best advice, don't get stung by one. 12. African Lion. An encounter with a lion could definitely be the end of you, even though lions don't typically seek out human meals. They normally eat things like zebras, giraffes, African buffaloes, wildebeests, and other fairly large animals in Africa. However, there have been cases where lions will stalk humans as prey, and will go out of their way to do so. Another problem is, their proclivity for eating humans seems to be increasing, meaning that anyone living in, or traveling to, areas where they live should be cautious. Nobody wants to become a lion snack. 11. Boomslang. These cute little snakes are normally pretty shy, and are even hard to find at times due to their reclusivity. But there are times when they happen to come into contact with humans, and while many others in their family, called colubridae, don't have long enough fangs to deliver a bite with much damage, boomslangs do. They have large fangs in the back of their jaws and can easily penetrate a human. And that's bad news for the bitee, considering boomslangs have a highly potent venom. The venom is slow acting, so there may be time to save yourself, but do so before you bleed out internally and externally, as their venom disables our coagulation process due to it being mostly a hemotoxin. 10. Pufferfish. Hey, here's one of the cutest and most poisonous and deadly vertebrates in the entire world. They contain tetrodotoxin in various parts of their bodies, and tetrodotoxin for humans is not such a good thing. This is why it's so surprising that in China, Korea, and Japan, it's served as food, as a delicacy. The fish are prepared by chefs with extensive and specialized training so that nothing goes wrong, but there have been instances where fatalities have happened. So, be careful if you ever find yourself in one of those Asian countries and decide to try puffer soup or raw puffer meat. Get a will ready first, because you may not be able to make one after your dinner. 9. Hyena. Spotted and striped hyenas are the two types of hyena that have been known to prey on humans in the past and into the present. In fact, human hair has been found in hyena dung dated back to hundreds of thousands of years ago. Hyenas have even been blamed for humans being late to colonize certain areas of the globe, especially those of the cave variety. Cave hyenas were much larger than the hyenas of today, and with that extra size comes an increase in kill power. Hyenas these days love eating the remains of any creature they can find, and as for the living, children are fairly susceptible to being snatched up by these pups. 8. Komodo Dragon. Here's another animal that really doesn't care what kind of food it eats, just so long as it's meat. They will take down anything ranging from things as small as birds and bird eggs to other Komodo dragons and water buffaloes. They don't normally go after humans in particular, and let's be honest, that's probably because they don't have a whole bunch of human interaction. But they don't avoid eating them either. They do only need about 12 meals a year though, seeing as their metabolism is extremely slow, so if you come across one, just hope they ate fairly recently. 7. Leopard. Well, we all know that leopards could end us, but what is the likeliness of that happening if we ever ran into one? They're much like lions in that they usually avoid humans, but that doesn't mean all of them do. Sometimes, for unknown reasons, humans are targeted by leopards, and if that were to happen to you, good luck. Even if you manage to hurt one of these guys while fighting it off, chances are you're still in major trouble. Leopards tend to get even crazier and more dangerous when they're hurt. What we're saying is that you don't really stand a chance against a leopard, so don't go anywhere near where they live. That is, unless you want a chance showing up on their dinner menu. 6. Carpet viper. These scary, quick vipers are also known as saw-scaled vipers, and they are some of the most deadly snakes on the face of the planet. They're typically pretty small, making them not so noticeable in the wild, although large members of this species of snake can grow to be up to 35 inches in length. When they feel threatened, you'll know it, as they coil up and their scales rub together and produce a sound kind of like a sizzle, much like a rattlesnake fires off a warning sound before messing up lives. Their venom is mostly hemotoxin, like the boomslang, but one major thing that makes these suckers so dangerous is they're often found in regions with no modern medical facilities around. This means that you'll probably end up suffering the adverse effects of the bite before anyone can even begin treating it. Don't get bit by a carpet viper. 5. Blue-ringed octopus. Now, if you saw one of these in the wild, you may not think that such a beautiful little creature could be deadly, but that would be a grave miscalculation. These tiny octopus are venomous. Actually, they're extremely venomous. That is, considering that they contain enough venom to end the lives of 26 adult humans. The bite of this little guy is tiny in power, and most people don't even know they're bitten until the paralysis sets in. Then, those bitten often remain fully conscious, but unable to move a single muscle. They're unable to signal or communicate at all, while staying fully aware of their surroundings. Can you imagine? Luckily, not everyone perishes from a blue-ringed bite. Many survive if artificial respiration is kept up for them throughout the paralysis, which can last for hours. Ouch! 4. Hippopotamus. This animal is just synonymous with violence and danger. The thing is, they're herbivores, so you wouldn't think they could be scary, right? Wrong. Hippopotamus are some of the most dangerous and deadly in all of Africa, a land known for its dangerous and deadly animals. They're extremely aggressive and aren't really scared of much, so they'll attack your boat, your jeep, your puny human body if they feel like doing so. Trust us, you nor your silly man machines are a match for a hippo. Just run and hope you can somehow escape or outsmart the beast. 3. Saltwater Crocodile. Yeah. Do we need to say anything? Saltwater crocodiles really don't care. They'll bite, snatch, wrestle, and end any animal they want, including humans. They can and have taking out just about everything, from the tiniest land animal to water buffalo, small fish to sharks, humans, and more humans. Crocs will drag you into the water and wrestle you until you drown, or are nearly there, and then they'll start their death roll, whether you're still moving or not. This helps them rip larger prey apart into more manageable, consumable pieces. If you don't want to end up in pieces, it might be best to stay out of this predator's waters. 2. Rhinoceros. Now, these animals are usually pretty tame and don't really care to kill humans, but it does happen, and a lot of times it's pretty much a misunderstanding. You see, rhinos have some pretty terrible sight, so you shouldn't sneak up on them or even approach them quietly, as they tend to startle easily. The black rhino has an especially bad reputation for being aggressive, although it mostly ties back to that eyesight thing. So if you don't sneak up on them, and they don't feel as though you're a threat, you should be fine. If they do deem you a threat, well, goodbye. We've seen some dangerous animals so far, and we still have the #1 spot to go. But first, we'd like to ask you 2 simple questions. What is your favorite animal, and why? Let us know in the comments below. 1. Elephants. Elephants are genuinely known as sweet, docile creatures, but if you wrong the wrong elephant, you can end up paying for it with your life. They are some of the smartest creatures in the animal kingdom, and they know how to get payback if it's earned. But other times, they just decide to get rowdy. There have been incidents where groups of elephants have destroyed villages, trampling homes, people, and everything else that got in their way. They're amazing creatures, but they too can be a danger, as can we. If we were to truly get down to the most dangerous animal, we, humans, would be next in the top spot on this list. But that's for another time. If this video helped inform you about some of the creatures that pose real threats to us, do us a favor and give it a like. Subscribe to our channel so that you never miss out on any of our excellent uploads, and be sure to check out this next video we handpicked just for you.